We learn to breathe at a very young age, but somehow over time we kind of forget how to do it. We get distracted by our lives and lose the calmness, the resilience, the power of the breath. Building up awareness around our respiration can unlock a new life for ourselves, and it's as easy as breathing in and out. Welcome to Mindfulness for Beginners. Hello my friend, and Happy New Year. Hope you're happy, hope you're peaceful. It's your old pal Sean, and if you're enjoying the podcast, then I would invite you to become a supporter of the show on Patreon. The link is in the description. There's lots of exclusive content there. Please do check it out. It's a new year and we're refreshing the basics of mindfulness, and one of the most fundamental ways we practice is through our breath. The breath is one of the cornerstones of mindfulness, and it's been recognised throughout history by many famous figures as a way to anchor ourselves in the present moment and free your true nature. Leonardo da Vinci wasn't just a painter and a sculptor, he was also a meticulous observer of the human body and its functions. He believed that conscious breathing held the key to unlocking both physical and creative potential and allowing your artistic nature to take off, even if his pedal-powered helicopter didn't. Napoleon Bonaparte also believed in the power of the breath. He taught his troops to control it in order to aid decision-making and help cope with the stress of battle. And of course Darth Vader, whether choking his colleagues, hunting down rebel scum, or surprising people about their parentage, Vader never goes anywhere without anchoring himself in the present moment through his breath. These are not ideal examples, but we don't need to conquer Europe or the galaxy to enjoy the present moment. We can use our breath anytime we're feeling low or stressed out. In the practice, we call this returning to the breath. And we train ourselves to do this when things are going well, so that when we're struggling, we can reduce the impact that difficult emotions have on us. The breath is an opportunity for us to stop, let go, give ourselves a chance to rest, which in today's hectic world of pedal helicopters and galactic domination, we don't do enough of. So set an alert on your phone each hour to stop and focus on your breath for a minute. And it's worth doing because it works. There's plenty of research to show that focusing on your breath reduces your heart rate, calms the nervous system, and I have a very nervous system, and reduces muscle tension. And it works because it's bringing your awareness back to the here and now. We're not happy when we're worrying about the future. We're not happy when we're angry about the past. That return to the breath calms us, allows us to take a step back and observe how we're feeling rather than being swept away. And I'm going to talk about how we can tend to our difficult feelings in our January recap as well. We should enjoy our breath, feel our in-breath as like a cool glass of water on a hot day. An important part of the practice is to focus on that, focus on the everyday and take joy in simply being alive. And an easy way to do this is to count your breath. So you count 1 as you breathe in, 1 as you breathe out, 2 as you breathe in, 2 as you breathe out. And we can continue for a few moments together counting our breath. And if your mind wanders or you get distracted, then you can simply start again at 1. You can do this anywhere, and you'll be surprised at how much difference the simple act of focusing on counting your breath for a few minutes will make. You can do this anywhere. When I go for a run, I stop by the canal and sit for a few minutes, assuming it isn't raining, which is a big assumption in the UK. When I sit in a train, I use that as an opportunity to stop and count my breath. And any travel is a great opportunity for returning to the breath. That might be when you're driving and you're stuck in traffic and you can breathe, you can smile and say, oh, these roadworks again. And when you're walking, you can count your steps as you breathe. And you can stand up and try that with me now. So breathing in, step 1, 2, 3. And then breathing out. Step 1, 2, 3. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3. Breathing out. 1, 2, 3. And that's a walking meditation. You can focus on your breath. You can focus on the contact that your feet have with the floor. We'll talk about that a little bit more in the future as well. But you don't necessarily have to have a quiet moment to practice your breathing. I've mentioned on the podcast before my anxiety around public speaking, and that can mean that I struggle sometimes in work when I'm doing a presentation, or if I'm teaching mindfulness and facilitating a guided meditation. I know I can always return to the breath. I can enjoy my breath, focus my awareness, and it helps the anxious thoughts to pass and it calms my body down. But the key thing is to stop. You have to build your awareness up to the point where you notice when you're struggling, you notice when your breath has become shallow, you notice when your heart is racing or your mind is very busy. Because one of the challenging things about our fear response is that we're usually not actually fully aware that we're feeling anxious. Instead, our mind is swept away in whatever we feel anxious about. If we practice mindfulness every day, we start to monitor ourselves because we're grounded in the present moment more often. We sense when our stress levels are increasing. And with that awareness, we know what to do. We return to the breath. And it might feel a little bit unnatural or awkward to start to breathe consciously like this, because most of the time we're not even aware that we're breathing. We're not even aware that we have lungs or a body, but we don't have to force it. We can simply breathe in a comfortable way, allow it to become slower, more naturally, and deepen as our body and our mind settles. And we can notice all the different dimensions of the breath. We can notice where an out-breath ends and an in-breath begins. Where an in-breath ends and an out-breath begins. We can notice the rhythm of the breath. Not trying to change it. Just breathing in a way that feels natural. We can notice how our body changes as we breathe, how our shoulders rise as we breathe in. Our stomach falls as we breathe out. And we can notice other dimensions as well, the temperature of our breath, how it feels cooler as we breathe in. Warmer as we breathe out. Just sitting, following the full length of an in-breath. And the full length of an out-breath. So focusing on the steadiness, the repetitiveness of the breath, it gives us a break, allows our mind to settle, and when our mind settles, it becomes calm. Calmness leads to insight into our suffering. Letting go of our suffering leads to peace. And when we're peaceful, we're more compassionate, and compassion creates a kinder world. And it all starts with your breath in this moment. So the breath is our connection between our mind and our body. And if we use it every day to bring them back together, then we can live a calmer, happier life. So let's take a moment to get in a comfortable position for a guided meditation on the breath. I'm going to start with 3 sounds of the bell and the usual settling in introduction. And we're going to start, as we always do, by applying our beginner's mind to our posture. So I would invite you to imagine that you have a thread attached to the crown of your head, and it's gently pulling you upwards into an upright position, your spine like a stack of coins, your heart raised upwards and outwards, your hands comfortably in your lap. Just allowing a gentle smile to emerge on your face as we enjoy the stability of our posture. And expanding that spotlight of awareness to your entire body, noticing where you feel warm or cold, noticing where you feel tense or relaxed, becoming aware of the sensation of the clothes against your skin, and the points of contact between your body and the chair and the floor. Becoming aware of your thoughts and feelings. And as we go through the guided meditation, just noticing each thought as it arises, and that might be an anxious thought about tomorrow. It could be a happy thought about today, or it might be a sad thought about yesterday. Just sitting with each thought for a moment, allowing it to leave, and gently and without judgment, bringing your attention back to your breath. And finally, focusing your awareness on the breath, noticing that column of air between your nose and your diaphragm. Noticing how your shoulders rise as you breathe in. How your stomach folds as you breathe out. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. In, out. Breathing in, my breath grows deep. Breathing out, my breath goes slow. Deep, slow. Breathing in, I notice my shoulders rise. Breathing out, I notice my stomach fall. Shoulders rise, stomach fall. Breathing in, I notice that my in-breath is cooler. Breathing out, I notice that my out-breath is warmer. In-breath is cooler. Out-breath is warmer. Breathing in, I follow the full length of my in-breath. Breathing out, I follow the full length of my out-breath. Full length of in-breath, full length of out-breath. And as we reach the end of the guided meditation, just taking a moment or two to notice any changes in your body, any areas of relaxation, any areas of discomfort. Just taking a moment to stretch those if you need to. Noticing any changes in your mind. And if you feel a sense of calm or peace, then I would invite you to carry that through the rest of your day. And then finally, opening your eyes and returning your awareness to the room that you're in. And just before we go, your mindfulness homework for this week is to set a timer on your phone to go off each hour so you can check in on your breath. Practice counting your breaths in those quiet little moments through the day or whenever you feel stressed. And I want you to practice a guided meditation on the breath every day, the one that we just did. And just a quick reminder that we'll be launching Mindfulness for Gamers this month as well. So it's a new podcast in the same format as this one, but using games as an introduction to the concepts. We're close to launching now. I'm going to hopefully provide you with more information next week. If I could get your support by subscribing whenever it's launched, that would be absolutely amazing. And may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you see yourself through the eyes of understanding and compassion. Slán will you, and I'll see you next time.
Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've